Hi, this is Mommy with My Safari. Thank you very much for joining in again, and thank you very much for subscribing, commenting, and liking my previous videos. If you are new here, I'm so grateful having you here. Thank you very much for subscribing, follow me in social media. Today we're going to talk about one of the very favorite subject, and I was driven to speak about this because of what I've been seeing in social media. It has been a long time. People are talking about how to be a great husband, how to be a great wife, how to choose a wife, how to choose a husband, and how to resolve conflicts, how to do. There's so many things people are talking about, but the key point that, in my opinion, I think it has been able to carry me through life and different aspects of relationships is building self, caring for self, but mostly, like most of all, is self-love. So I will take you through this as in my journey and my understanding. I have people who have been watching for years. Okay, all of us, we have people that we admire the most. Oprah is my biggest admirer. I admire that woman. I watch all her shows for years and years and years. But my favorite of all is Yala Evans. I adore that woman. I've been watching her. I love how she believes in transformation and how she sees things, and the perspective is just wonderful. I mean, in my opinion. So I have learned a lot through watching her, how she go in the family, how she resolve conflict and so forth. And then not only that, I have realized even people who I happen to talk to, when they complain about someone, and when I start telling them about seeing within themselves and change themselves, while at the same time not paying so much attention, even though it's difficulty, to the other person who either triggers them or frustrates them or stress them. And I have always believed that when you change within, it is always a vehicle for yourself to ride in these relationships issues. Also, for the other person, it's easy for them to decide, do they want to stay in, don't they want to stay in. So today I'll talk about self-love. What is self-love? Self-love is the ability to appreciate oneself, is the ability to appreciate oneself through action. How do you act toward your physical body? How do you treat your emotions? How do you take care of your mental well-being? All these are vital in self-love. But as I said, I love Yellow Vance. So as I was watching her, she describes 7 perspectives of self-love. And today I will dive in 2, and then the next video and next we will go through them. But today I would like to talk about self-awareness and self-kindness. That's it. So let's start with self-awareness. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is how you get to know yourself, how you be able to, they say that the important muscle that we all want to build so we can be happy and we can be able to see within ourselves is self-awareness. In my understanding, self-reflection is part of self-awareness. Now, how do you reflect yourself? Reflecting yourself, they have, everywhere you read, they say that the most important thing to do is do not ask yourself why. And it was eye-opening because I've established this since I was probably 17. When I realized that I can never reason why people are acting the way they act, I start stopping asking why so and so did this to me, or why, and then I feel like why normally make you a victim. So I like what, And in self-awareness, the way you have to be aware of yourself, you have to see things about yourself, your strength. What is your stronghold? Your weakness. Because it's easy, even if you are in a relationship, let's say you're in a relationship with um, a boyfriend, a husband, or wife, to see someone and say, listen, I have a weakness. My weakness is I'm very forgetful. It's not going to be offense when someone say, I told you to do this and you forgot. No, it's not. You're not going to catch me being feeling offended. Why? Because I alarmed you. I didn't say that please forgive me for being forgetful. I will forget. No, what I say is I am forgetful. That means as much as I work on it every day, as much as I remember and I don't like it, but I have acknowledged that is my struggle. And it helps in relationships, because when someone come and use your weakness against you, it become offensive if that is something that you're not aware of. And realize when you talk to those people you love and you tell them, they can feel attacked if they have not been able to look within themselves and accept it. What else about self-awareness? Self-awareness is the way to reflect within yourself. For example, if I go to a friend's house, and any conversation, she says something about how I parent my kids, and I feel sad about what she said. When I am by myself, it's easy to say, what did she say that make me feel this way? And by looking through that, it will be easier for me to see the problem that she addressed instead of seeing how she addressed or why she addressed. Because the problem that she has put light on is what I need to focus on. Okay, so self-awareness is that important. Also, let's come to word myself. As I have told you in the previous video, I struggle with an illness. Okay, I'm aware. I'm aware of things I should and I shouldn't do. But at the same token, I am still suffer from how to handle the illness that I've been dealing with for years. Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I feel very depressed. But because I can take time and look within myself and see, okay, I'm aware this disease is going to be here forever. What my action this week, I did not go to the park, I did not exercise, I don't stretch. What is this going to be if I continue like this? I won't be able to take care of my children, I won't be able to take care of myself. So I need to slow down and reflect and write down what I need to do. I journal a lot. That helps me in self-awareness too. So try to journal, write down what you're planning to do, how you're planning to do it. And then slowly the next day, I will start maybe by stretching. Before I know, I catch a move and I start moving. I started going to the park, I exercise, listen to the music, whatever that is. So that is another part of being aware of yourself. Being aware of yourself helps a lot. Number 2, self-kindness. I learned a lot about self-kindness after I had kids. Yes. I was one of those people who can really be harsh to themselves. They can speak awful to themselves, and I used to do it. And then I started asking myself, when my daughter was little, how do I teach my daughter to be kind to other people if I will not teach her to be kind to herself? How will I expect her to be kind to me if I don't teach her to be kind to herself? If she is mean to someone, it's gonna be easier for me to redirect her by asking her to be kind to herself, and ask if the way you sounded to her, if you sound like that to yourself, how does it feel? And then from there we go. So through them, I learned this, that So this is important. This is the one part of self-love, self-kindness. How much have you see yourself sabotaging, speaking awful, criticize yourself? Those when we make mistakes, we say things to ourselves that we not happy to hear someone else say them to us. How do I navigate through being kind? I had to learn. Number one, when I look at myself in the mirror. When I look at myself in the mirror, I used to criticize whatever I see. If it's gonna be my face, it's gonna be I could criticize really harshly. And that kind of made me say, no, this is not good. We even get upset when we love and we care for someone else and we think they owe us something. Why? Because we do things to them that we don't do to ourselves. And because of that, we make those things like transaction. That I'm depositing this and you need to give me back. Something that I just now like, I don't like. I don't like when I am kind to someone and then I'm sitting back and wait for that person to do same thing to me. And that is when you realize that self-kindness is important. Be kind to yourself. How you be kind to yourself? Number one, when you have done something good, give yourself that. Say, oh, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to, like showcase it and tell the world and other people will see you as arrogant or whatever. No, you just have to tell yourself in your heart. If you see something that is bothering you, you ask yourself, okay, the way I look at this, am I kind? How do I choose the words I describe myself? And okay, I yell out. Do I yell within? Because if you don't yell within, it's going to be tough for you to be constantly yelling outside, out to other people. So that is another thing to look at it. When we make a mistake, do we see that mistake as the, oh wow, what am I learning here? And oh, I'm sorry, I did this and this. Oh, telling yourself that, oh, I did this exam and I didn't perform the way I wish I performed because I didn't study chapter 10. Next time I have to manage my time well and move on. Because the more you sit there and you beat yourself, that is unkind. It's not good. If someone else did that to you, it would hurt you. But you're doing it to yourself, which is not good either. So that is the lesson that I feel like we all can learn from each other. One more thing about being kind is even how we choose what we eat, what we watch, what we engage in. Okay. Sit down. I come back to my children. My kids don't like scary movie. I don't know, maybe that is some aspect of me too, because I don't like a scary movie. And I'm like, okay, if you don't like scary movie, don't watch it. I remember when my daughter was small, very young, she was like 6. She watched this scary movie at school because everybody was watching. So everybody was watching, she watched it. And she came home and at night, around like 12, she came to my room and she was scared. And I was like, it's not like her. Why are you scared? And she's like, oh, I watched a scary movie, but I didn't tell you. I was like, okay. So now I see all. I said, no, we gotta learn. We gotta learn through this, okay? I took her back to her room. I said, okay, we are praying here, and you will sleep in your room. Will you pray? Because I cannot erase what you watched. It's already in your brain. I cannot take it away. And sleeping near me is not going to teach you that next time you don't. So we're gonna pray. We're gonna leave it to God, and we're gonna promise ourselves that next time we're not going to watch what we think we can't handle. And it was hard. It was hard to leave her in the room and to go to my room. It was really hard, but I had to do it. And she prayed, and since that was the last scary movie she ever watched. But she learned a lesson that was unkind to herself, because she knew she cannot handle a scary movie. But she watched it anyway. Those are things we watch. How much we engage ourselves in a conversation that are not good. They're not good to us. We don't learn anything from it. It's toxic, and we wish we wouldn't. You sit someone, you talk on the phone or whatever. When you finish that conversation, you feel guilty. You feel all kind of things because of how you engage to it. That is being unkind to you. because you already know these are things that are gonna push you to some state of mind that you wouldn't like to be. Then you don't engage in it. And trust me, of all this I'm talking about things that it's not that easy to be perfect on, but we always admire ourselves when we try, regardless how much time, how much we fail. Because in the long run, I realized that even in scale up, going to the next level, you have to learn about you first. You have to master certain aspect of you before you can be. We see these people, we see Bill Gates, we see these big ballers, basketballers, musicians, and they're very successful. And we are always wondering, oh, maybe because she has a great team. What is the team going to do if the person they are dealing with does not agree that there are things she needs to handle? I mean, do you think I can say a big artist, for instance, Beyonce, as big as she is, I don't think and I don't believe that she sit down and she hates herself. She does all these things that are really harmful to her, and she can do what she's doing. You can have a struggle, but the fact that you're looking at that struggle and get better. People will always come with excuse, but they have therapists, they have this. No, these days there is self-help books, there are self-help material everywhere. If this is a subject you want to look into, I would advise you, try, take time, go read and invest in yourself. No one will invest in you the way you're going to invest in yourself. That is the fact. You investing in yourself is the best thing to do than investing on your children, because you can invest in yourself first to be able to pour in your children. Even if you hear me, I'm saying this, I'm not perfect in all these areas, but everything I do to myself, it makes it easier to teach my children, because guess what? I'm teaching them something from experience. If I tell her, listen, this is hard, but it's doable, it's because I know I went through it, I know what it is, and I know how I can help her. Thank you very much. That is a part of my safari, and being here is a wonderful thing because you're taking time out of your own safari to witness mine. And I hope I empower you, I influence you, and I make you feel strong within yourself and you're ready to go this ride. Until next time.